Hi, everyone. Just wanted to point out something about the speeches. I'm paying more attention to the wording of the speeches. I mean, I have over the years, but more recently, I'm paying more attention to what they're doing because, of course, Harry and Meghan are very involved with Michelle and Barack Obama and the other. They're all globalists. So, real quick, I want to go back to 2020. This is when, at around the same time, right before the 2020 election, when Meghan and Harry were pushing Biden on the bench, Meghan Markle and Michelle Obama came out just a couple of months from each other. Michelle's speech was, I believe, August 17th, 2020. Meghan gave her speech July 14th, 2020. So it's just a month apart from each other. And this was the height of 2020 with the COVID. People lost their jobs. People were losing their income. They closed small businesses with a great shift of the money from the middle class to the upper classes. So the wealthiest got even more wealthy, while all the stores, Walmart, Target, all the big stores stayed open, while the little small business owners lost their jobs and lost everything. And at this point of all this stress, and people thought they were going to die from a killer virus, right? So you got all this stress going on, this upheaval in society caused by the globalists. And what do Meghan and Michelle Obama do? They give two speeches, and they're very shrill and trying to incite people, upset them emotionally. So it's all, and this is the exact opposite, as many experts have pointed out. During a time of crisis, the leaders are supposed to calm people, say, no, it's going to be all right, stay calm. No, they did the exact opposite on purpose. The point was to get people as hysterical and stressed out as possible, because this is trauma-based mind control on the masses, or it was, still is. I mean, they did the same with 9/11, others. It's a repeated theme. So in an effort in 2020, again, this is July, August 2020, to keep people upset, to keep, remember, there's BLM riots going around that killed dozens of Americans. That was not reported in the mainstream media. So many people murdered, including Officer Dorr and, for example, black man, lots of black, white, whatever, because obviously BLM was a Marxist communist organization. It had nothing to do with race, as many people, Candace Owens and many others have pointed out. Well, anyways, Meghan, of course, pushed BLM in this speech, and she pushed young people to fight, 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 right? So if you haven't heard the speech, you can go watch it. You can see how she was just using this to get people more upset, especially young people. First, she lied and said she gave a speech to her high school, which she didn't. And then she put out this video for the world. It wasn't for her high school. She used it as a facade for her high school. But she had no business giving a speech of any sort, speaking to young people. But she put herself in that position with her PR and pretended as if she had given the speech to them. And maybe she did give it to the school, but I don't think they played it. But anyways, here she put this up on YouTube and everywhere else. And, it was just about telling young people to push others around, push them. Just to look at a couple of things she said. Humanity desperately needs you to push us forcefully, which I find interesting. That's exactly what Larry Fink said, right? The globalist Larry Fink. You got to push people in the right direction into the globalist technocracy to bring in the Chinese Communist Party system into America. And Meghan also mentions here, all your skills that you've learned to rebuild the world or build back better. Encouraging these young people, push us forcefully. She brings up all the globalists, race, gender, climate change, mental health. So, or Black Lives Matter, pushing them. So this was a very incendiary speech. It was very difficult, and it got people angry to listen to it. It was meant to incite and anger young people. The world's not fair. Things aren't done right. You got to go out there and do it and push everybody. Do some more protests, get some more people killed. Go out there and fight, fight, fight. Make other people uncomfortable. It's very, incendiary is the only word I can think. Provocative, upsetting people again in the middle of 2020. So this is the kind of speech. So what I'm getting at, besides all the political points and globalist points, is that she was trying to upset people even more and incite them on the graduation. You got to go out there, fight. The world's not right. You got to fix it. All these adults don't know what to do. So that was her speech. And Michelle Obama did the same thing with the same tone with her speech. Again, in 2020, people are already stressed out. BLM riots, burning cities down, murdering people, and race riots being provoked. And Michelle Obama, of course, did the same exact thing. She's like, people are hurting, and all your stories, and all the folks who've sacrificed so much. Oh, and so again, more, oh, the world is so horrible, and oh, you've got to fix it. And she always relives the fact that she was in the White House, or he, with, oh, we secured health care for 20 million people. Yeah, Obamacare, which is the biggest disaster to America and led to all the deaths in COVID, in my opinion, as well as the fact that we recently came out that Obama is getting millions in royalties of our tax dollars. We're creating Obamacare, which is nothing but a socialist communist system for him to make money. And of course, she brings up the usual confronting climate change and all the usual globalist talking points. So again, the bottom line is Meghan and Michelle Obama, or Michael Obama, whatever you want to call them, they both gave these incendiary speeches, upsetting people, inciting racial divisiveness, right? Trying to separate, get people fighting. And this was in 2020 when people should have been calming people down, saying, don't worry, it's going to be all right. We're going to get through this. No, it was, winter of death coming, right? That was what the leadership did. And it showed the fact that they weren't trying to really help society. They were trying to create and bring out this upheaval. Okay, so I got this point down. So I just want to point out how these two just wanted to make things worse for the public by putting out these speeches to upset people and incite people and get people fighting and everything. Well, now fast forward now to 2025. All right, things have calmed down. The dust has settled. Some people are moving on or trying to, but you really can't until justice comes and accountability is had. And Michelle Obama just started a new podcast show, which bombed phenomenally because nobody wants to listen to her. Everyone can see right through her and Barack Obama, especially that chef that died under suspicious circumstances and many other crimes against humanity they're involved in. I'll never get that picture of Obama walking with Fauci giving injections to children out of my mind. But anyways, this is Michelle Obama's speech. I took out what she said on her podcast, her first podcast here. And, it's interesting. You can look at, the number of times they use certain words. Of course, they always have a lot of the, to, and, but she used I the most. I 88 times, you 57 times. A lot of the phrases, the key phrases that they use the most, like you're going to. I noticed she says you're going to, don't want to, because we don't. In the White, like referring to the White House. I wanted to. It was hard, right? She always complains. She's such a victim. She was in the White House, but she's such a victim. It's so hard for her, such pressure she was under.